Oh no, Mr. Diddy already got him. It's too late. I would probably get up with the same amount of panic. Why does my booty burn like I just had a 3-way handicap match with Taco Bell? And they left the CD of it just taunting him. Look at the title of the disc. He wasn't even trying to be creative. Once he cranked that disc into the DVD player,
he said it.
the first thing we see is a man breaking a sweat like he just got done conducting a train. That's not something I want to see. Why are you sweating? The man on the TV starts talking about love and taunting Chev about his current state of being. That's when the cameraman pans out and we see him on his knees in front of the TV like a kid watching Saturday morning cartoons. Then we see this strange man penetrate the nape of Chev's neck with at least 4 to 5 inches, give or take. I don't have my measuring tape on me at the moment. And introduce his body to some poison like he was playing matchmaker. And there's another nigga in the room with a bat. Why is there a fucking party and I'm sleeping? I like the party. So basically they gave this nigga the supposed Suge Knight treatment because he assassinated a crime boss, and now he has only 1 hour before the poison sends him to the upper room. Same day delivery, the Uber Eats of poisons. Then this strange nigga kissed Chev on the crest of his bald spot. Like, you didn't do enough while I was asleep already? Had the needle tickling his spine. Then this man Chev started crashing like an overnight worker spamming 5-hour energies, taking out his aggression on the TV. That was only the messenger. Like, damn, you didn't hear the golden rule? Don't hurt the messenger. I don't know how the strange man on the DVD knew how much time Chev would have left once he woke up, because how did he calculate when Chev was gonna achieve consciousness? Doesn't matter, he gave him 1 hour nonetheless. And he decided to dedicate a part of his last moments on earth teaching the TV a lesson. After the TV finally learned that doing what it was bought for was bad, he took off getting into his car and started speeding. The Bill Cosby secret barbecue sauce was doing a number on him.
It's my barbecue sauce.
Your barbecue.
Man had to use speed as a means to stop himself from taking a dirt nap. And this is where we learn dude's name, Ricky. At this point, Chev was full Liam Neeson, but he actually found a black bastard to try him when he pulled up to this club and used his gun as an instrument of interrogation, questioning the nigga from Mike and Molly about Ricky's whereabouts.
I don't know where Ricky Verona is.
But that quest bore no fruit. The only thing he was left with was some bathroom floor coke, trying to keep that adrenaline going, but it wasn't working. So he was back to playing Liam Neeson. He could have gone outside to play IRL Frogger if he needed some adrenaline, but nah, he used one of Chris Benoit's secret arts, self-CTE. He cocked his head back like it was a 45. The outcome sounded like 2 coconuts getting to third base, and the man whose head would turn into the Humpty Dumpty life story, fellow black comrades stood around just jeering instead of re-equipping like Urza from Fairy Tale. Help him. This man's brain is now yolk, the kind you get inside a carton, just pure liquid. But who the hell in there was inspired by Uncle Phil, had Chev ass flying out the establishment, had that man changing his whole course of action, hopping into his car and went ghost. He gave on that plan mad quick. That's when he gets a call from Ricky, who starts talking about Chev's girlfriend.
Know that I'm all about hooking up with that little mystery girl that you've been banging.
Like, what was the point for this call? We watched the DVD. We don't need the sequel, my nigga. Like, why make threats for what you're gonna do when I'm dead? I'm dead, nigga. Wanna have a catch up in the 7 circles, my guy? Because that's the only way you can keep me up to date. I don't give a what you're talking about. But this man Chev was on to chasing the next bout of adrenaline while on the phone with the doctor, who only told him what he already knew. Keep moving or you become stiffer than a slice of Little Caesars. And his idea of adrenaline was just being a dickhead. He started playing Subway Surfers in the mall with an old ass car. Man was driving like he wanted to take a +1 with him to the afterlife. Ended with a foot chase after he parked his car on the escalator. That stunt earned him 5 stars, and his dickhead escapades only persisted. He ride-jacked this man. It wasn't even a dude's car. He was just trying to cool in the back of the taxi. Chev was hearing none of that. Now right here, I don't understand his plan for adrenaline, because he just started tweaking. If the booger sugar that had Bobby Brown wired to the moon wasn't working, I don't think the underground EDM party movements were gonna do anything. And I believe he concurred. He told the taxi driver to pull over real quick to the side. He needed to make a quick pit stop. What pit stop, you might inquire? Nothing serious, just a little robbery. He put his gun to the cashier's face like he was taking his temperature, but that was only to see if he was gonna be on that hot shit. But at this point, he was doing extra stuff. Man missed more merchandise inside the bag than he made. And again, not to sound unintelligent, but if the coke was ineffective, like Bite on Geodude, what is a Rockstar Energy gonna do? He had a Rockstar breakfast already, and it didn't work. After acquiring the needed quest items to continue with his story, can't forget the flowers. The cameraman cuts over to Carlito's penthouse. Never mind, I can't show it. Wait, there were some tame moments. Chev pulled up on his employer, who was wearing this stupid ass smile. Instantly, I'm thinking he was against me. Why are you so happy to see me? Anyway, Chev asked him to find the antidote, and he said there was no antidote. He was lucky to be alive, and not to worry, he was gonna use his death as a way to smooth things over, because things right now was too hot for him because of the hit he told him to do. Like, how you gonna tell me to kill somebody and be like, ooh, we made a mistake, we gonna use your death as a gift? Like, damn, that's why Employee of the Month means nothing. You're the bestest until you no longer need it. That's how it is for real. Instead of crashing, furthering his dickhead adventures, he just accepted it. And Squidward walked his way back to the cab. That's when the driver decided to draw a line that he wasn't willing to let Chev cross. What line? Let's see. Watching Chev rip someone from the backseat and proceed to take the seat? No. That was no problem. Stopping for a little bit of armed robbery? That can't be it. We all love a little bit of robbery. That's it. No water in the cab, even after being paid $200 hard cash. Now look at the goofy. Carjacked? Don't know how he didn't see that coming, but this caught me off guard. 2006 was a wild time. Cabby over there and being hit with WWE moves while Chev just rode off in the sunset with his car. I bet the Cabby wish he let them soggy cheeks hit the back seat of his car. Man tried to put his foot down, now it's being lifted up damn near in a sharpshooter. Cruising in his newly acquired car, the doc called him back just to give him another quest. Told this man to visit a hospital to get this drug.
Get yourself some epinephrine.
Like it was your local CVS. Niggas just can't drop in and make special purchases of drugs. We already knew what was to come. But before that, another NPC called Kalo to give him another quest, just like the doc. He informed him that the man who poisoned him, brother Alex, just walked into a restaurant near the taco truck he was at. And boy, when I tell you he pulled up so fast, as if he real deal had a fast travel. Man was moving like Apple when you forget to lock your card back. Even this nigga was shocked at the sheer speed of his arrival. Chev told him to stay here while he goes inside. And I've been scratching my head. Nigga, I was never planning to go inside there. You don't have to tell me twice. You didn't have to tell me once. Chev walked into the restaurant on bullshit, sweating, staggering, bumping into people. Full dickhead mode. Tunnel vision activated. He only wanted Alex, and he wasn't being stealthy about it. I mean, he is poisoned, understandable, but that just put his enemies on high alert, and one instantly put out his phone. Nigga pulled an entire brick out like he was Bob the Builder. Anyway, Ricky brother was feeling himself and started communicating like he was a caveman. No call. Me got it. Me fight bad man. He should have just made the call for real. He did all this tiptoeing thinking he was safe because he had a Desert Eagle, only for Chev Myers to appear behind him like that Snapchat filter and had his hand looking like this ham on a counter. I can't show it. YouTube is riding me at the moment, and they don't even need no handlebars for real. They're talented. But just like that, in a moment of hatred, violence, the shakes were gone. It was like this man was going through squabble with drawers. He was holding that cleaver still like he was a surgeon of mayhem. And Ponytail don't seem to grasp the situation he's in because he just kept talking shit. You, mom. Like, calm down, my good sir. You sat down for lunch with 2 hands. Nigga, you are down 5 fingers in an entire palm. You don't have to be tough anymore. Never mind. Like that old WWE program. He was tough enough and put that one good hand to use until he tried to hit Chev with the secret move of that nigga from Scary Movie, My Germs. Why in the hell would you attempt to nub me in the face? It would be like someone tossed a jelly donut at you, mad hard. The only thing he ended up with was stamping the ground with his blood. Don't scream in pain now. This was your plan. I don't know why Kalo decided he wanted to be a hero and not heed Chev's instructions, because I would have stayed there like it was a game of freeze tag. But yes, his interjection aided Chev, but now he was facing full aggro from a man who uses his freshly removed hand like he equipped invisible boxing gloves and not a gaping wound. That is a frightening creature. No wonder he talks mad slow. Words are scared of him. Like, listen to this.
What, you wanna dance with me, motherfucker?
It doesn't seem like he lost 3 pounds, does it? Man's over there taunting Kalo like he was in PSA 10 condition. Nigga's a solid 6 right now, and that's being generous. Chev got up and saw that Alex's hand was free for the taking, and his own gun wasn't working, so it was perfect timing. Fortuitous even. He didn't even remove his hand, using it to wipe Alex's memories, just a little more violently than the way they do it in Men in Black. So after that encounter, Chev was now armed and in the possession of Alex's phone. He called Ricky and got to tying him, and that wasn't it. Nigga lost damn near everything in this fight. Hand, memory, life, chain. With one quest done, he was on to the next one, the hospital, and he real deal walked up like it was Burger King and he could have it his way and just ask for the drugs. But come on, we know he wasn't gonna get it that easily. Only famous people or niggas with money can get the good stuff that easily. And whatever position this woman has, snitched off the rip. Like, damn, is it illegal to inquire? Good thing for the tweaker in the back. Encyclopedia of getting geeked. Informed Chev that nose spray right there got the same good shit in it that he was looking for. Nigga snatched about 7 boxes. Hey, at least he was more considerate than those Pokemon scalpers. Niggas really out there squabbling for $20 of profit. Wild times. Chev was moving like Bobby Brown in the 80s, straight up the nose. And the lady behind the counter wasn't the only snitch. Because look, she was putting in everything. There was no shame in her game. She was proud of her performance. And also, how the hell did she even know who Chev was? How did she perceive his guilt? I have questions, but that was all OT Genesis and Rob Lowe needed, and Chev was moving like me for real. I'm gone at the sight of trouble. I'm always ready to head to the store for some milk. But this man Chev must have been playing a little too much Vice City or something. He thought an outfit change would drop his wanted level. Too bad he already had 3 stars, leading him to a standoff when he took this man Dennis from Always Sunny as a hostage. I did not know he was in this movie. Chev needed to get some of that
Get yourself some epinephrine.
but had a better idea. Depending on what you consider better, getting himself launched backwards like that woman who spat on that bus driver. Man had both feet off the ground, levitating, hitting a Chris Angel, but it wasn't even worth it because its effects didn't even last that long. Just had the potency of a stick of juicy fruit. After successfully completing his mission at the hospital, he gets a call from the doc telling him he will be there in 20 minutes. Survive until then. But you know what this man Chev decides to do? Already wanted a drawing of him plastered on the news. He thought, what if I bike jack an officer? And look at this officer. He did not want his bike back for real. Take the pepper spray out. At least toss your baton at him or something. You're not a goalie. Why are you standing like that? Now I have to tell you, Chev was doing a little trick on that bike. But I don't know how you two feel about seeing a nigga's booty cheeks, like in the prison shower. So I'ma skip it. Eve finally called back after all that time, upgrading his quest log once more. He now needed to head to our house, because now that Ricky has his brother hand, of course he was aiming for Chev's girl now. Once Chev arrived at his girl's house and she started talking, I knew her brain played a supporting role in the Disney movie Up, because she was an airhead, not the good kind, mystery flavor. Do you concur? What's your favorite flavor? I digress. By the time Eve got ready to leave, people was already there, starting off with an elementary school level approach, prank calling her, but Chev hawked that man down to put it into it quickly. But Ricky sent the worst niggas to do a hit. I mean, incompetent doesn't really encapsulate their inability to perform decently. This one man was handled before she even had a chance to finish picking up her stuff off the ground that fell from her purse. Like, I understand your mission was to handle Eve, but handle the current threat to your health. The only thing he received was assistant points for quick scoping Tweety off the map, then a dip in the pool, also on Sharpay Evan timing, a bath for real for that stinky ass performance. Come to find out, he didn't even really assassinate the last man he was tasked to it, Don Kim. This man quit mid-mission to be with Eve, and then something happens that's not PG, so, you know, skip. Kayla called Chev, letting him know that he's seen Ricky. An obvious trap. I mean, but he did drop the low on Alex, letting him get his get back a little bit. So I'll probably believe him too. I can't put this on Chev completely. Chev arrived at the location and went straight to the roof, and he caught one lacking, instantly turning him to his thesis statement on Newton's theory. Then went down to find Kalo in his newly acquired Danny Phantom form. Then this nigga explained that Chev's former boss wants him gone, scrubbed away like Sinbad's genie movie that people swear never existed. And boy did it turn into a bloodbath when Eve arrived. Chev was out there acting like Sid, giving this man that same burn mark Woody had on his forehead. Then a full-fledged shootout erupted like a 3-point contest. This nigga Chev was beefing with everybody. Snuck up behind Big Boy here and tried turning his hand into a sweater, yoinking his gun from his possession. He was too busy. He was not gonna need it. Chev was going full Papa Roach with that Glock, having bodies hitting the floor left and right. All the while, Eve is gonna say,
I had to see if you were telling the truth.
Really, nigga?
like the concept of whether he was telling the truth or not doesn't even seem logical to take a chance to find out, even if you believe he is lying, judging purely from the circumstance of his truth being an assassin. Like you was gonna stalk him until you seen him kill somebody? That was your goal? That was your plan? And of course, in her case, she walked in on the start of a shootout, but she was too simple to even care. She saw a man fall to the ground like a leaf during autumn, and she wanted to stop and take her birth control. Man, if you don't keep moving, plan B is gonna be your funeral. So after a brief car chase, some more non-PG behavior, Chev wiped away the rest of the stains that would chase him like that pistol was a magic eraser. And finally he went to his doctor, who told him he can only treat and not cure the poison in his system. So he called Ricky to try to make a deal for the antidote. This man was like, I'll give you back your bitch ass brother's necklace for that antidote, the cure. And you know what Ricky was like, please give me back my brother's necklace, please. We arrived to the building for the final showdown, and Chev started tweaking once he popped these pills. I mean, he did pop like 7 of them bitches, like they were Tic Tacs, but he was tweaking nonetheless. Once the door opened, we have Doomsday and Taylor Lautner. Can't believe my guy from Star Wars is a side character in this movie. Smallville, Being Human, just to name a few. Everybody got to start somewhere, am I right? Anyway, they both lead Chev to the rooftop, and I'm pretty sure that's the last time we see them. I'm almost certain of it. And that's when we see Chev's former employer sitting right next to his #1 op, Ricky. And instead of shooting Chev where he stood, this nigga wanted to eject him with some more of that Chinese poison.
Man, you stupid bitch!
Like, my guy, is working. I don't need it anymore. You did a good job. And for a brief moment, I'm not gonna lie, I thought Chev turned into, This man was trying to display his magical finger like E.T. But it was just Dom Kim and his gang, even in the playing fields. Chev was so hell-bent on revenge, he hawked them both down, Ricky and his former employer, while he could barely see. He wanted them gone like Jody's mother and baby boy. Mama gotta have a life too. He was too focused on his old boss, allowing Ricky to sneak up behind him and dose him up again with that synthetic Chinese poison once more. Then Ricky just stole Chev's chance again, even with his boss. Like, you couldn't wait a second? I was gonna handle him. Then you could have poisoned me afterwards. Come on, think about the bro code. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't think there's a murder bro code. And if there is, nobody let me know about it. But see, Chev would think about the bigger picture. He couldn't kill his former employer, but he can handle this nigga right here. Even while the helicopter was in the air, the two of them just wrestling like Raw on Monday nights. But do you think that stopped Chev from getting his revenge? This man grabbed him, Charizard and both of them out of the helicopter like he had wings. Like this nigga sipped a Red Bull before he jumped. He was so focused on revenge, it didn't matter about nothing. You have to admire his focus on revenge. You have to. That's dedication. They both was on the verge of attending an all-black group meetup, but that still wasn't enough for him. He got closer to this man and broke his neck. The ground wasn't gonna do it. He was. Then called his girl. Gotta say his one last goodbyes. Whispered some sweet nothings into the phone. Then bam, his back swiped right on this car's Tinder profile, and they smashed on their first meetup. If you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching.